Yo, what's going on, peeps? We back with another vid. Make sure you like. We got the review for the Spurs Liverpool game. There was no preview because I wasn't sure if the game was even going to go ahead, so I didn't even do a preview. But obviously, it did go ahead. So here's a review: Spurs 2, Liverpool 2. And if you're a Spurs fan today, probably a little, and rightly so, a little aggrieved that we didn't get all 3 points, because we could have been 3-4 up within 40 minutes, if we're honest. But poor finishing and some good goalkeeping, possibly, that probably cost us the game. But what I will say, let's get onto the goals first. Harry Kane, second goal of the season. He's had so many chances. He also had some today, but prior to today, he's had chances. He's not taken them, but he took this one brilliantly. Nice assist from Ndombele, and Jota with the equaliser. Header from a Robertson cross. Somehow, Jota, who's about 4'2", out jumps Dele and Sanchez. He beats them in the air. How? I don't know. I think it's just his movement is what helps him, because he shouldn't be out jumping any of those players who are definitely around the 6 foot mark, and he's like a foot shorter, probably 2. But whatever, good header, headed it where he came from. Lloris had no chance. Second half, you'll grab another goal. Poor again. Robertson header. There was a handball from Salah leading up to the goal. Headed onto his hand, but it wasn't intentional, so yeah, rightly so. The goal stood. And at this time, we're thinking, mate, we're somehow a goal down, and we've had the best chances out of the two teams by a country mile, easy. But it was like it's going to be one of those days. You can just see it's been one of those seasons, so it's probably going to be one of those days. But Son, mistake from Alisson, runs through his legs, and Son just sticks it in the empty net, 2-2, and it could have been either way. But for me, based on the chances, we probably should have definitely won that game by 2-3 goals clear, which should have been easy. But again, you don't take your chances. This is what happens. And for being real, this is probably, if not the best performance of us this whole season. Any game. Even probably counting last season, some of the games. Absolutely. Defensively, apart from Royal, it was a little dodgy. Sanchez at times, a couple of times, not little, but not as usual poor. He was decent. But just defensively, we looked solid. Harry Winks fighting for everything. You know his place is on the line, and he's about to leave the club, so he's probably trying to put in a last minute little performance to try and impress the manager. And to be fair to him, got an early yellow, but he played very, very well. So credit where it's due. Big up Harry Winks. He did play well today. Ben Davis, Dyer, good. Lloris made some good saves, to be fair, because Trent Alexander-Arnold in the first half, they were just coming, constantly winning it back, and just come back on us. We win it, try to play it out, come right back. Our midfield, bar Ndombele with the assist. Other than that, I think it was a bit poor, if I'm honest. He didn't do well. He just kept giving the ball away, kept trying skills in probably not the best times. So he should have been taken off before, but he got to around 60 minutes. Dele, definitely one of his better performances. I'd probably say, if I'm being honest, I think from when Marino first came and he had a game at West Ham and Bournemouth, those 2 games he was brilliant, and nothing as the last time we saw Delhi put in a good performance, or maybe you could say in the Europa League he wasn't really playing. He scored an overhead kick. That game he was decent as well, but I think definitely those two games that I named were definitely his more better performances, and he done well. Probably should have had a goal today or a couple. When you look at his chance that Alisson saved, Alisson already made his mind up. You could see he was shifting to his left. That's when Delhi had time because the ball didn't come that quick. He could have took one look up to see where the keeper was, and if he swept it in the other direction, then it's in, and we up like we should have been. Kane was through, put a ball in for Son, but he put it in the air, and it just bounced as Son got to it. So it did make it a little tricky to get on target. So I'm not going to blame Son too much, but today was how you play counter-attacking football. You know you're not going to have the ball, so you sit in, you have Kane and Son around the halfway line ready for the counter, and everyone else behind the ball to win it and move it. And to be fair, they did it pretty well. I will say that you can see we miss Højbjerg, because if Højbjerg's there, then it gives Ndombele a little more freedom to go more higher up the pitch, or Delhi, either or, to go higher up the pitch. I think to be honest, I think if Højbjerg's in, I don't know if Ndombele comes in, but I think so, because Winks and Ndombele Winks and Højbjerg are quite similar, so I think maybe you would have went with Ndombele, but it definitely gives him more freedom to go higher up, and probably would have helped, but we didn't have him, and we had to make do with what we had. And to be fair, they did pretty well. For me, Lucas probably comes in a little bit earlier. He comes in a little bit too late. But overall, good performance, good strategy from Conte, and to be fair, he did everything he could do. The players just didn't finish off the moves that they definitely should have scored. It was like FIFA. They just couldn't score. They were just missing everything. It was frustrating and funny to watch at the same time. But it was a brilliant game, to be honest. Not just that, it was overall back and forth, end to end. It was like a basketball game. It was a good game, to be fair. So big up to both teams. Big up to Spurs not losing, because nobody thought was going to get anything from this game. Everyone was saying L. So the fact that we got the draw and probably should have went on to win, I'll take that. We got West Ham, I think, in the League Cup next, and then Palace on Sunday on Boxing Day. So we'll see where we're at. But if that performance is anything to go by, then things are definitely on the up, and Conte's definitely got a style of football, and he's definitely implemented it in and drilled it into these players, and they executed it near enough to perfection. But we didn't lose, and that's what that matters, and we put in a shift, and that's what we ask. So we move. You don't enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're off for Christmas or whatever it is, enjoy. If you're working, and so it go. I'm working as well, but anyway, you know the drill. COVID's about. Make sure you wash your hands, sanitize. Until the next vid, maybe the review. I might do player ratings, I'm not sure yet. Probably should, because they did put in a shift. So big yourselves up, and until the next vid, I'm out. Peace.